Hey guys, Dr. J here. This is the second episode of my Dark Souls Remastered walkthrough series. In this series, I'll be collecting all the items, defeating all the bosses, and talking about the lore and story of the game. In this episode, there won't be much fighting. I'll mainly collect items in the vicinity of Firelink Shrine. We'll also meet a few NPCs, though we're not going to do much with them yet. We're going to start things off by collecting a few humanities from the corpse on the well. If we consume them, it will improve our item discovery rate. After picking up the fire bombs, we'll meet an NPC. His name is Petrus of Thoraland, and he's a cleric like us.
Hello there. I believe we are not acquainted. I am Petrus of Thoraland. Have you business with us? If not, I'd prefer to keep a distance, if possible.
We need to keep talking to him until he offers to let us join his covenant.
Maintain our distance. But I also want you to know that it is not meant in ill will. Here, take this, as a token of peace. No, go ahead. It's for you.
One more time.
Oh my, you again. Oh, I know. How about this? I have to await my companions here anyway. So what if I were to teach you some miracles? Would that please you?
We'll have to answer yes here.
Very well. Then first, a covenant with the gods.
We're already part of this covenant, since we're a cleric, but we still need to discover it to unlock its achievement.
Will be determined by your efforts and your faith.
He offers to sell us some miracles, but we can find them much cheaper later on. The only other things we can do with him are learn a gesture and talk a bit more. But he won't tell us anything important, besides the fact that he is waiting for his companions who were on some sort of mission.
We are her defenses, to keep her from harm. An undead mission? Regrettably, I cannot share that with you. But you are my pupil. Perhaps if you show your faith.
There's no point in paying him. We'll get this information for free, eventually. We are done with Petrus and should now go up the stairs next to him. Going past the inactive elevators, we'll find another itemized soul. After picking it up, we should go back to the elevator and drop down the shaft. Here we'll find a total of 4 chests containing various items. We've got 4 cracked red-eye orbs in this one, a morning star and a talisman in the second one, 6 homeward bones in the third one, and 4 Lloyd's talismans in the last one. We're now right next to the entrance to the Catacombs. The enemies here are much higher level than us, so it will be very difficult to fight them, but we don't really have to. We only need to collect a few items, like the Zweihander and the binoculars over here. After that, we should save quit, so we can de-aggro the enemies and continue looting the entrance to the Catacombs. On the ground, in front of the huge gravestone, we'll find the winged spear. This is a great dexterity weapon, but I'll be using another one that we'll be getting soon. After picking up the Caduceus round shield, there's only one more item left here, and it's another itemized soul. We can now leave the entrance to the Catacombs. We should do another save quit to make sure they aren't following us. There is another staircase below Velka's Crow we should climb to find another itemized soul. We can now drop down, rest at the bonfire, and then talk with the NPC next to it. Actually, before we do that, let's pop an itemized soul. and get our dexterity stat to 12, just to get this out of the way. Okay, we can now go ahead and talk with the Crestfallen Warrior. He has a lot of very useful information for first-time players.
Let me guess. Fate of the undead, right? Well, you're not the first. But there's no salvation here. You'd have done better to rot in the undead asylum. But too late now. Well, since you're here, let me help you out. There are, actually, 2 bells of awakening. One's up above in the undead church. The other is far, far below, in the ruins at the base of Blight Town. Ring them both, and something happens. Brilliant, right? Not much to go on, but I have a feeling that won't stop you. So, off you go. It is why you came, isn't it? To this accursed land of the undead? What? You want to hear more? Oh, that's all we need. Another inquisitive soul. Well, listen carefully then. One of the bells is up above in the undead church, but the lift is broken. You'll have to climb the stairs up the ruins and access the undead Burg through the waterway. The other bell is back down below the undead Burg, within the plague-infested Blight Town. But I'd die again before I step foot in that cesspool. Bloody hell, what is it now? You ask too many questions.
Okay, we're basically done with Firelink Shrine. There are a couple more items near the entrance to the Undead Burg, and one more on the rooftop of the church where Petrus of Toraland is waiting for his friends. But we'll have to wait a while for that last item, since we need to reactivate the elevator first. Anyway, now we're at the entrance to the new Londo Ruins. This is a pretty high-level area, full of very annoying enemies, but we're not going to be fighting them. We are here just to pick up a few items and meet another NPC. This is Rickert of Vinheim. He's both a blacksmith and a merchant. We probably won't use his services, but if you didn't start as the sorcerer class and really want to play as one, you can buy a couple of sorceries from him. We probably won't need him, because we'll mostly use another blacksmith, and the few sorceries he sells can be found elsewhere.
It's safe here. Can't bear the thought of going hollow out there. Although, I must admit, I've not much to occupy myself. How about this? I could forge your weapons, albeit with rather minimal tools. I'll show you what made me the best in Vinheim. What is it? There's nothing to talk about. We're both cursed, undead. But what's there really to moan about? There's nothing. We're both. Come back soon. Smithing helps soothe my nerves. Don't let me wither away out of idleness.
Okay, next we are going to pick up our S-Stock. This is the weapon I'll be using for a large part of the run. I can't say it's the best or most powerful weapon, but it's fairly good and really easy to use, especially because it has great range and can be used while behind your shield. Okay, so the Transient Curse is the item that will allow us to actually fight those annoying enemies I told you about. We are not going to use it now, but we will once we come back here. The enemies I keep talking about are these ghosts. They're invulnerable to any form of damage, unless we first use a Transient Curse. To make matters worse, they can slip through walls or floors, making it easy for them to ambush and kill us. Anyway, we picked up the most important item we came here for, but there are a couple more transient curses in this jar. So, before leaving the new Londo Ruins, we might as well grab those too. By the way, I keep save quitting to reset the ghosts' aggro, since they can kill us in just a couple of hits. We managed to avoid them, and we're done in the new Londo Ruins for now. All we have to do is go back to the entrance. We're not going to use the elevator to go back up to Firelink Shrine. Since we have the master key, we are going to use it to enter another high-level area. The entrance is inside this building next to the elevator to Firelink Shrine. This leads to both the Valley of Drakes and the back entrance to Blighttown. There are a few items we can pick up in the Valley of Drakes, but it's a purely optional area. There's nothing we need right now, but since we're here anyway, we might as well. First, there are a couple of items near that seemingly dead dragon. He's not actually dead, he's undead. The item by his left claw is safe to pick up, but if you go near the two items by his right claw, he will wake up, and once he does, he will swipe at you. If his attack connects, it will almost certainly one-shot you. Save quitting won't reset his aggro, but I still do it because it seems I can dodge him more easily this way. If you survive the undead dragon, there are a couple more items we can pick up. We just have to go past a few drakes. Their attacks are easy to dodge, so it shouldn't be too difficult. This is the Brigand armor set, the bandit class's starting armor. The last item here is on top of the tower to the right. We should climb the ladder and don't stop until we reach at least halfway up, or the drake's attacks may still hit us. Once we reach the top, we can get the red tearstone ring, which is extremely useful for any boss one-shot setup. After picking it up, I used a homeward bone to go back to Firelink Shrine. Now that we have the Firekeeper Soul from New Londo, we can reinforce our Estus Flask at the Firelink Shrine Firekeeper. Reinforcing the Estus Flask makes each use heal us for more. The last few items in Firelink Shrine are near the entrance to the Undead Burg. To get to them, we first need to kill a couple of hollow soldiers. One will keep throwing firebombs at us. They're easy to kill, but you can still die if you're not careful. I thought this one would fall off the edge, but he didn't. The one downside of the S-Talk is that it's pretty hard to land a backstab with it. There is a Ring of Sacrifice hidden here. It may seem useless, since you still need to respawn at a bonfire on death, and all the enemies will respawn as well, but it has a few niche uses. I'll explain those when we get there. There are just a couple more items before we enter the Undead Burg. An itemized soul here, and another one behind a rat in the sewers. This will be the final item we collect in this episode. In the next one, we'll start exploring the Undead Burg, Thank you for watching. If this was useful, please press the like button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and leave a comment down below.